There are times where you'll glimpse something, or something will be passing, or you'll be within a moment, and there is an essence or a part of that you're not trying to capture in the painting, but it just informs it. Growing up in Cornwall, I've always lived in Cornwall. Started surfing when I was probably 11, 12. So lucky just to have the beaches on our doorstep and to be able to make use of them in the summer and in the winter. I love the physicality of paint. I love the way that paint can take on so many forms. You know, it can be thin and loose, it can be thick, it can be sticky, it can be dry, it can be wet, it can be smooth, it can be glossy, it can be matte, and it's just the play with all of those textures. And I compare it to the sea in many ways. I love the way that the sea can take on so many different forms, and it can be dead flat and calm and pristine, or it can be angry. The sea can be warm, it can be cold, it can be fresh. In the winter, when you're in the water, it seems to be thicker and it seems to hit harder, but in the summer it seems to be lighter. And I think a part of the process of the painting, and almost painting's the wrong word, because whilst you're applying paint, a lot of the process is about sanding and polishing and sort of rubbing and stuff that isn't necessarily applying paint with a paintbrush. A lot of that, I like to think, is similar to the sea washing up and eroding and polishing. When you go to the same beach throughout the year, you'll notice, like, after the winter, there'll be, when there's been lots of storms, the sand's all different and the sandbanks are different, and in the summer it kind of flattens out and you get these lagoons and stuff, and then the swell picks up again in the autumn and it all changes, and the sand is constantly shifting around the same beach. Whilst it's always the same, it's different every time. And if you're stuck in the studio and you're sort of losing your inspiration, get in the sea, just go out, get in the water, go for a swim, feel revitalised and empowered, and it's magic. You could have had a terrible day, you could have had a great day, all sorts of things can be happening, but when you get in the water, get into the sea, it's just a bit more removed. Catching a wave and surfing, it's very in the moment stuff, and if you do have worries, they're much more distant. Whenever you get out of the sea, you always feel better.